stand here today dedicating a Sefer Torah to the memory of my father, Simon Allen. The commitment he made to the Jewish people when I was young continues to shape the learning, prayers, and growth that takes place here at JLA among you, our precious students, each and every day. Because you have never met him, I'll share with you his story. My father was born in Lebanon in 1940. As you learned this past Friday in Seoul Center, many Sephardic Jews were forced to leave Arab countries in the decades following the creation of Israel. My father was one of them. At the young age of 20, my father left to Beirut. Hayas, an organization that helps with the relocation of Jews from areas of conflict, purchased for him an economy ticket on the vessel La Provence, that you see here above. It left the Middle East and it sailed towards South America. After 30 days at sea, he arrived in Brazil, one of the few countries that were welcoming new immigrants. He had with him only one suitcase, no college degree, and all his life savings, which totaled $350. He remembers his days at sea as being rough, and he would joke that there were more cockroaches on board than passengers. My father had to find work, learn a new language, and adapt to this new country quickly so he could provide for himself and his parents. Being good at math, he was able to find a job making calculations for a company that designed ovens, a job that required him to speak mostly in numbers and not in Portuguese. Once he learned the language, he got a job as an assistant in a bank, making coffee and running errands. And from there, he grew. He always told us that he was able to get ahead by doing more than what was expected of him. That attitude, coupled with years of hard work and dedication, allowed him to blossom into a successful businessman, creating a life for himself that no one could have imagined. Now, what inspires me most about his story is not just how he was able to reach financial success despite his humble background, but his profound commitment to Judaism and giving back to his community. This commitment shaped the destiny of our family and the lives of many Jewish students in Brazil. My two brothers and I were born in Rio de Janeiro, where my father had established his business. Rio had a very high rate of assimilation, and maintaining a Jewish identity there would be a challenge. Determined to have us grow up in a Jewish environment, my father uprooted his family to São Paulo, with its many vibrant synagogues and a big Jewish community center. Despite leaving his beloved Rio behind, he decided he needed to do something to help the community there. So he started a program called Kadima, which in Hebrew means to move forward. Kadima's mission is to assist underprivileged students to attend college. These students come from very poor backgrounds. Some even live in favelas, the notorious shanty towns of Brazil. Many students come from troubled families. Some are orphans, and most of them have little or no knowledge of Judaism at all. Once admitted to the program, Kadima students benefit by receiving a full scholarship for the undergraduate studies of their choice. In exchange, my father insisted that the students make three important commitments. First, they are required to participate in Judaism classes for 4 hours every Sunday. Second, Kadima students work hard and need to keep up with good grades. And third, each student is asked to pay it forward. This means that upon graduation, each student who has benefited from the program is asked to repay the kindness to others by doing something to help another human being in need. To date, there are over 110 Jewish students who have graduated from Kadima, having studied all sorts of disciplines, including communications, theater, engineering, law, and medicine. Some Kadima students have gone to make Aliyah in Israel. Others have gotten married to each other. Some have become more religiously inclined, and others have moved on to find meaningful employment. Upon concluding their studies, many students write letters expressing their gratitude to their anonymous donor, my dad, who chose to invest in these students without even knowing them, just because of the fact that they were Jewish. For years, I have read these letters with much pride. And there's one in particular that really touched me. In this letter, the student wrote, "Dear sponsor, with this program, you have saved my life twice. First, you have given me a future. With a degree, I'll be able to find a job, earn a living, and hopefully start a family. But most importantly, you have also given me a past. I had no idea how beautiful it is to belong to the Jewish faith. Now I know my history, I understand my roots, and am honored to belong to a community." My father's philanthropic projects played a big role in shaping who I am and ultimately in my desire to start a school. When dreaming about JLA, Daniel and I were always aligned in what we wanted: to create a school that would ignite the spark within each one of you to become kind, compassionate leaders who will give back to their communities. Students who will shape the future while being proud of their past. JLA has the goal of teaching you kindness, empathy, and what it means to do service for others. Our Service Entrepreneurship program aims to expose you to diverse volunteering opportunities, serving the children, the elderly, animals, and the environment. The idea is for you to find out what you're passionate about and hopefully transform yourselves in the process. Our hope is that upon graduating from JLA, all of you will use your talents not only to get far professionally, but also to help others and be part of something greater than yourselves. I'm not sure if you know, but the circles present in our logo, circling around the words Jewish Leadership Academy, are meant to be ripples. It's the ripple effect that your education will have on your family, your community, and hopefully the world. 10 years from now, more important than having a wall with the names of all colleges you have attended, we'll be having a book telling the stories of lives you have impacted by your good work. Today, as we dedicate this beautiful Torah scroll in memory of my dad, my hope is that every time you read from it, you'll be reminded of JLA's unique mission. As we move forward, Kadima, I hope you will be inspired by being part of the JLA community, that the lessons and values taught by our amazing teachers will forever shape your lives, and that you too will pay it forward someday. Lastly, I wanted to end by saying that my father is not here with us, but my mom, Stella, is. She has been involved with Kadima and many other philanthropic projects herself, and she shares the same values and commitment to Jewish education. To honor you, Mommy, I will need much more than a Sefer Torah, perhaps a whole collection of them. So for now, I'd just like to recognize you here, say that I love you, thank you for everything, and I hope to make you proud.